Hi there, Amy Tremaine here with Mayne St Properties, and it's time for an August 2023 housing market update in Sacramento County. Come on! Hi everybody, Amy Tremaine here, Mayne St Properties. I'm here to give you a market update in Sacramento County. I know you're probably watching the news. You're waiting for the bubble to burst. You're waiting for the market to crash. You're waiting for all of these factors to come into play to help you get ready to buy a house and make housing more affordable for you. Well, today I'd like to talk to you about what's actually going on with the real estate market in Sacramento County on a level that will help you understand where the opportunity truly lies for you in the real estate market. Let's dig into the details. So the first graph that I'm going to show you is from July 2023. It's the median estimated value. I get these reports from Realtor's Property Resource. This isn't something that I just put together on my lonesome to come up with this video for you. This is statistical information from public records as well as the multiple listing service. And so the first graph that I want to show you, I got a little ahead of myself, is for the last 14 years. So July 2023, median estimated value, you can see on the right-hand side, we've got 200,000 to 800,000 in values. We're moving from July 8th or July 2008 all the way to August 2022. All right, what does this graph really mean? Well, in July 2008, I don't know if you know about this, but we had a major real estate event. It was a market crash. What caused the crash? Faulty loans, illegal lending practices, illegal appraisal practices. In fact, because of that event, the United States government and all of us as citizens put a bunch of laws into place to protect us from that ever happening again. It was called the Dodd-Frank Act. I highly recommend that you look this up. It will help you feel a lot better about our real estate market and the practices that we are required to put in place as agents, appraisers, lenders, title companies. There's been a ton of regulation put in, so I'm happy about it. I work with integrity with all of my clients, so it's really important to me that everyone around me is working in integrity. And of course, I don't want to invest in any type of market where fraud is rampant. So I personally would not be investing in the real estate market if we didn't have those laws in place. So I encourage you to look those up and get more education about that. And you can always call me if you have any questions, I'll answer them. Okay, so we had an event in 2008, and then we had to build back up. So you can see that the national median value was very low, right? We're talking under $200,000. In fact, the California average was much higher, and the Sacramento County was down there with it. So Sacramento County was pacing right along with the United States, the rest of the United States. California as a whole, because we have high dollar neighborhoods such as San Francisco and Los Angeles, it was pacing quite a bit higher than the national average. Let's follow that blue line all the way until 2014, 2015. That's when we start to see recovery. So 2014, 2015, that's right when I got into the real estate market. And I'm telling you, interest rates were at 5 to 6%. Housing prices were hovering right in the middle, 300,000s, and moving up. I used to tell my clients, you can guarantee yourself probably a 5% return year over year when you invest in real estate. And that was going pretty strong until we see this large uptick right around 2020. Gosh, guys, what happened in 2020? I know you all know the pandemic. And then what did the US government do in order to help us with the pandemic? In order to prevent our economy from collapsing, the US government suppressed interest rates across the board. This allowed companies like banks and credit cards and car loans, and it allowed them to loan money to people at a very, very low cost. I have an interest rate on one of my properties of 2.3%. This is unheard of. Okay. So they suppressed interest rates. It made it very easy and cheap to borrow money. We all ran to the market, and look what we did. We caused what naturally comes as supply and demand. We caused a huge demand Housing prices went up. It also helps that because our interest rates were so low, we could all afford bigger houses than what we were used to. That was an opportunity. There was a huge opportunity for all of us. If you took advantage of that opportunity, congratulations. Good for you. If you didn't take advantage of that opportunity, I want you to don't have any regret, but understand that there's always an opportunity in any real estate market. You just have to be looking at it in that perspective. I love to help my clients get rid of the negative connotations that come along with the real estate market and start looking for the opportunities for themselves to gain wealth, to invest their money into something that's actually going to give them a return. Remember, every month that you pay rent, the interest rate is 100%. You don't get that money back. Your landlord puts that money into what is called a forced savings account, AKA his mortgage balance, and he's going to retire potentially with that rental property, he or she. So I encourage you to take a different perspective when it comes to investing in the real estate market. It's an opportunity no matter what market we're in. So this is the last 3 years of real estate pricing. So August 20 all the way to April 2020, or sorry, beyond 2023. So as you can see, Sacramento County in August 2020 had a median estimated value of $400,000. At one point in time, we got really close to that $600,000 range, and we were starting to feel the affordability really take hold. Around September of 2022, interest rates were increased because we had come out of the pandemic. Housing prices had reached an all-time high, probably too high for affordability, and we needed to bring it down. So the government stepped in again and said, we're going to go ahead and raise our interest rate. All of the lenders out there raised their interest rates, and that's when we started to see housing prices suppress. This was good. We actually needed housing prices to suppress because we were starting to have very low inventory, very high housing prices, and that's what can actually collapse our real estate market. So as you can see, August 2022 to now, we've actually had a dip in housing prices. You can see that every line from all of California to Sacramento County to even the United States had a little dip in housing prices. Here's the last 2 years. Very interesting how we start to see that it's really not that big of a change between the housing prices that we had in 2021 and the housing prices that we have now. I love to see it. We've seen a negative 4.8 decrease in 12 months. So if you bought a home in August of last year, your housing value may have gone down. However, we are now starting to see that month over month, there's a housing increase. So don't be alarmed if you bought a home last year and you bought it at the height of the market and you're feeling the pain because all of these online valuation systems are telling you that your home is worth way less than what you bought it for. Don't worry, it's on its way up. Remember, this is not a 1-year game. This is not even a 2-year game. If you're going to buy a house, I highly recommend that you keep your home for 3 to 5 years so that you can truly realize the gain on equity as well as pay down some of that loan balance. I promise you, if you make this your plan, you'll be able to either keep that home as a rental property, pull money out for your down payment, or we can sell that property and you can purchase the home that you really want to live in. So of course, we're going to start with a starter home if you're at that place, and then we can move into a property that you feel more comfortable in. Okay, guys, so this is my last graph. This is last year, August 22 through August 2023. Look at the United States. It is a straight line, except for at the very end, we see a little uptick. That is promising. Look at California in general. We saw the housing prices go down and now they're on their way up. Look at Sacramento County. I love us. We're right in the middle. We saw housing prices go down and now we're seeing it go up. But if you're looking for that major crash, like we saw in 2008, I implore you to understand why that happened, why we don't ever want that to happen again, and why it's not necessarily in your best interest in order for something like that to happen. It is in your best interest for housing prices to go up. But when you buy your home, you want the housing prices to go up year over year so that you can actually make a gain on your investment. Otherwise, you're going in the wrong direction. So, I hope that this gave you some normal regular information about housing prices. I think that I say normal because this is real. This is not sensation. This is not the news trying to grab your attention. And this is not me trying to convince you to go out and buy a house. If you don't want to buy a house, I totally get it. We can help you get into a rental if you'd like. We can help you do all kinds of other things. But if you're looking to buy a house and you're thinking that you're going to wait for housing prices to drop, or you're going to wait for interest rates to drop, or you're going to wait for all these other factors, it's not necessarily just going to happen overnight. It may not even happen in the next year. So if you are in a position to buy a home and you want to, and you're ready to become a homeowner, I would love the opportunity to talk to you about your options. My goal is to help you save as much money as possible on the purchase of your home, as well as on the sale of your home. So if you are looking to buy or sell real estate in the Sacramento market, I would love to talk to you about my strategic planning with my clients and the way that we make sure that you get the best deal possible, whether you're buying or selling. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. We'll be back again next week with another market update. And I hope you all have a really great day.